Good morning, everyone. This is Nosheen Mukhtar, and you're watching the Business Excellence Show. Thank you so much for joining me today. And today we are going to talk about discovering one's passion. In many of my own talks, as well as other people's talks, I have noticed that many of us do not know how to discover our passion. We do not understand what passion really is. We do not understand how we can build a better life by finding what we love to do. And how exactly can we find that? So, in order to discuss this in detail, I have invited again today Flemming Rontved to the show. Hello, Flemming. Good morning. How are you?
Hello, good morning, and Happy New Year to everybody. Hope you arrived safe and sound. Yes,
Happy New
today
Year to you too. How was the holiday?
it was great, great, wonderful. Dera, in a hotel with the view of Dubai. It was good to have it in a distance.
Yes.
Time for reflecting, time for energizing, time for sitting down and finding passion. Actually, I invented 3, 4 workshops
Yeah.
in that you can say where we actually can focus on financial freedom, passion, goal setting, and self-mapping. Because actually, if we're talking New Year's resolution, often it's just a wish list. There is
Yes.
no
You
intentions.
you
There is
have
no.
you have a wonderful greeting. Sorry to cut you short. Here is Syed Hasib Ahmad Rizvi. He's saying he loves you.
Thank you so much. We love you too. We love everybody here.
Yes, of course. And the Adnan says you are his best friend.
Actually, Adnan is my best friend. I don't know if I'm allowed to share the story, but actually, we have been talking. I've been seeing his family. He connected
Oh
me on
wow.
LinkedIn, and he was showing his rice field and his house and
Okay.
his family, and I was greeting even
Wow.
his mom. So he's so happy. So we connected on Zoom and had a little talk.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Great. That's interesting.
Yes, yes.
All right, so we will continue with our conversation about passion, about adding value to lives, about how we can live better than we do now, how things
What is
can be
your way?
wonderful.
Good morning from Saudi. Hello, Muhammad. Junai. What is
We are
happening?
very happy to have all of you with us today, and it's a
Yes.
wonderful morning here. Keep on sending your comments and messages, and keep on asking us questions as we continue discussing interesting things for you. And Fleming is
Yeah.
going to share some stories from his experience in order to help us know more about how we can discover our passion. So,
Passion, entrepreneurship, startups, and so on. But intentions, goal setting is so important because if we don't sit down and do something, it'll just be, as I said, a wish list. A very good
ex-
morning to the wonderful people here. Good morning to you, Shumais.
Thank you, Cora TV, and a very good morning to you guys. Somebody has asked me something here. Shahzaid Siddiqui, Flemming Rontved is a business mentor. He's the CEO of ESQL World, and he will tell you more about himself right now.
Yes, for me, I was living my mom's dream until I was 45 years old. I was leader in the bank, and then we had the finance crisis. I found, or I bankrupted most of my clients, real estate developers, and so on and so on. And I actually found this was my mom's dream. This was not me. I love to unlock potential in people. I love to ask open, curious questions. I love to listen. So the bank found out that too. So they actually fired me, and since that was my identity, I ended up with a debt of $1 million and living in the streets, if you can say so. From there, I just, I actually died. I shortcutted all my subconscious programs in a 15 to 20 minutes with the meeting with the universe. And from there, my first trip was to Konya, Turkey, sitting on the city square, asking people, when people asking me, what are you doing here? And I said, I'm waiting for you. I would love to know who you are. So in a period of 10 years, the last decade, I've been traveling 88 countries, working with C-suite, government, lots of international companies, and, unlock potential in plus 3,000 leaders. And remember one thing, all of us are leaders, all of us.
All of us are believing.
First of all, we lead our own life, but if we can't lead our own life, how are we supposed to lead others?
Exactly. Oh wow.
So the topic is passion. The topic is passion. The topic is goal setting. The topic is financial freedom. The topic is self-mapping, because that's actually where we need to put the focus. If we
Exactly.
want something to change in our outward world, we need to change inside, because the world only reflects back on us.
Yes.
So
Absolutely
so
true.
so if we
So in
want,
order to yeah, so in order to change the inside, in order to find who we really are and
yeah,
what we really want from life, we need to
yeah,
look for an answer for this, how to
how to
find our
create
passion and what
one
our
passion.
passion is.
Yes, and how do we do that? I'm engaged, not engaged, but I'm uh, I'm using the passion test, you can say so. It's a program used all over the world where we actually sitting down and focusing on how to find the passion, and it actually works. It really
Okay.
works, and a lot of people found their passion. But it's a workshop. It's not just that simple, and yet it can be simple, because when you give yourself the time, when you give yourself time to sit down and focus on what is it I want, what is it I am good at, where is it people come back to me and say you did amazing, where is it I'm in the flow, where is it time just disappear, when I sit down and do something and wow, now it's 4 o'clock and I started 10 and time just disappeared. I was just in the flow.
Yeah.
You can say Steve Jobs was in the flow. That's how he invented Apple. And to find out what is that, we need to sit down and focus on it. The other part we will engage here is the ants.
What
And
are
what
the
is that?
ants?
What is
Yeah, I
that?
was about to say, what is that? What is
Imagine
that?
that you designed or made a picnic trip,
Okay.
and it was you just been cooking and doing a lot of stuff, and then you bring the family out and you're sitting in the woods or at the beach, or you're at the beach, and up pops those ants, the black ones. The red ones, especially, those are the most irritating. So, what is ants? Automated negative thoughts.
Okay, automated negative thoughts.
Yes, those are you can say thoughts that pops up. Have you ever done this before? Who do you think you are? Or taking
Okay.
things personal. There are nine, according to actually in 1960, a doctor in US found those nine ants, which is most common in every single culture all over the world. And another doctor later found or wrote a book, then they become popular. And in my investigation for doing my book, I actually found those nine ants, and those are always popping up and blocking us.
Okay. So these ants are blocking us mostly from
Yes,
finding from
from
aligning
finding
ourselves
our
with
passion,
happiness.
from from
Ah,
from
okay.
from and in daily life.
Yeah, in
Those
daily
are
life.
Yes, we have 38,000 thoughts every single day. 95% is repeated, according to science, and 80% is negative. So here we have nine. It could be, I shouldn't, or should not do this.
Okay.
If you the word should, or taking things personal, or I've been sitting in workshops, not workshops, but I've been sitting with leaders, and when we went in, you can say to coaching or focusing on the passion and so on, they suddenly realized that scarcity. Oh, this is what's coming out of my mouth now is my father or my mother or my teacher. This is actually not me. But if we don't give ourselves the time to actually sit down, reflect, and
Okay.
go beyond, you can say the first no, this is another part.
Yeah,
If
okay.
you're,
I have a question. You see the
yeah,
bulb here? Okay, I have a
yeah.
question. I want our audience to tell us how often do they give themselves the liberty of sitting down and reflecting? And
I
when
would
they're
love to hear.
reflecting, what are they thinking?
Yes.
Yes, so please in your comments now, you have to answer this. When you're reflecting, what are you thinking? How often do you reflect? You give to yourself the time to sit with yourself and reflect, or not at all, and you're just in the flow and you're going about things and taking care of your liabilities and your responsibilities every day. So this is what we need to know. Please share it in your comments and please stop commenting about my face and my eyes. I don't care about that. I care about what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and what you're telling and sharing
Oh,
with
I
me.
love your red lipstick, Nushin. Oh, you're so beautiful, Nushin.
Oh,
Okay,
come on.
good. Yes. So the part here is that how often do we actually sit down and reflect and think? Because
Yeah.
we are so busy being busy, climbing the wrong Mount Everest.
Ah, okay. Why do you say that? The wrong Mount Everest.
Because sometimes there are things we can't do anything about, but we don't park them. We're not going to give up, and we still try to climb that mountain, but actually it's not our passion. It's not moving us forward. It's not changing our life.
Okay.
So if we start climbing that and find the passion where we are in the flow, life will become a lot more satisfactory, something
Satisfa- Satisfactory.
satisfactory, and life would be content. Are we focusing on the neighbor and his green, you can say, his green lawn, or are we focusing on
Yeah.
ourselves? Are we envious? Are we original, or we're just copying others?
Yeah.
You can
These
say
things
that,
matter.
yeah, you can say that legendary. I want to be legendary.
Okay.
Steve Jobs wanted to be legendary. Tony Robbins wanted to be. You can say that Nelson Mandela wanted to be. But if you're looking at them, those were just, they did it. But those were just ordinary people who thought differently, did different things,
Yeah.
and stepped out of the crowd.
So it starts from thinking. If you are able to think differently, you will be able to live differently and will be able to
Absolutely.
make different decisions and take different actions and lead to a different level of success.
Yes, absolutely.
So when you're
So
reflecting, what are you thinking? You guys need to share with us. I'm waiting for your comments.
what do you think of during your reflection?
Exactly. What do you think of?
So,
When
so
I'm
if you're,
reflecting, usually Fleming, when I'm reflecting, I'm thinking about the kind of decisions that I'm taking and the kind of outcomes that are coming from those decisions. I'm
yes,
also thinking about how useful I am for all those people who are around me and have
yes,
expectations from me. This is
do,
something I reflect on. Then, a large part of my reflection is dedicated to my own self. I think
yes,
about myself and I
yes,
think of the ways in which I can improve myself and
yes,
become a better, stronger version of Nashim.
yes. So if you want to be disruptive, if you want to make a difference, if you want to be an expert in the field,
Okay.
you need to focus so the people you're doing something for ask for their feedback and ask for a true feedback.
Yes.
That's one
Okay.
of the you can do. But a disruptive innovator, a startup, a business, an expert in the field is not following others. He's not a copy of others. What kind of business do you want to make? Have anybody done
Yeah.
that kind of business before? How are they succeeding? Are they succeeding?
Yeah. We have
Of course,
an
of
answer
course,
from
Terry.
Terry.
That's the best place to be in gratitude.
Yes, absolutely true.
If you're content and full of gratitude, which I am, and I can see Terry are, and I think Nusheen are because she's smiling
Yes,
all the time, then you have the best place. If,
exactly.
if, if if you are thankful for all the things you have and not focusing on all the things you don't have, because then you're unsatisfied, then you'll have a totally different perspective of the world.
Exactly.
And by gratitude and standing on gratitude, then you will reflect positivity. You
Exactly.
are in a positive mind. You are in positive impact.
You
What
are
happens
happy.
when we are what happens when we are in positive impact?
We are happy. We feel
Yes.
content.
And what is sometimes happening for you, Nushin, or me, or for Terry, the power of passion, performance, and purpose is the space I live in. Thank you for bringing light. Yes, and if you connect to the universe, the quantum, the field of God, then and combine your thought with that power too, then you really have a lot of energy. So, what could happen to you, or to me, or to Terry, or to others standing on gratitude? People will come and ask and
Yes.
say, "What is it you have that I need?"
Yes.
You're always so happy. You're always
Yes.
so motivated.
Exactly.
And that's happens when we're standing on hope and love. And when we're standing on hope, we got willpower, we got action, and we got intention and goals. So again, if we're standing on hope, then we have been sitting down and reflecting, and living is giving. That's another part.
That's another part. True. True.
So here is actually what's happening for me many times is that what is it you have that I need because you're always so positive.
So
And I can
when
say, yeah,
my next question. So when we are able to think clearly and we are able to go into different zones, let's say the zone of happiness, gratitude, fulfillment, contentment, and then ambition, and then our plans,
and direction.
i- and directions. So what happens? Do you think that we are able to take good control of our life and its situations and its incidents, or no? Or do you
I,
believe that
I,
control is not the right thing to
I know.
anticipate?
I know we are good at that because now we're in emotional intelligence where we have
Okay.
feelings, emotions, and physical state. We have the tree with the leaves, which are the feelings. We have the
Yeah.
emotions, the branches, and we have the root, the trunk of the tree. And that's the physical state. So in the moment we have gratitude or hope, the branches will feed our body with dopamine, oxytocin, vasopressin, all that kind of stuff. And that even stops aging of the body.
Okay.
If we
Okay.
are stressful and fearful, we are shutting down immune system, we're shutting down growth. And every
Yeah.
single day, humans needs to renew 100,000 cells. And actually,
Yes.
we're blocking that renewal. So our physical state again, our you can say vibrant, our vitality, all that kind of stuff is actually starting slowing down. It's proven
Yeah.
also by science. So standing on gratitude, hope, positivity, we feed. our body with energy and good food trucks and so on. But that's one thing. We need to have a
Right.
good physical state. The other part is that
Yeah.
we need to sit aside. You talk about New Year's resolutions. I know that
Oh
many
yeah.
people do New Year's resolutions, but that's only, as I said again, a wish list. I'm
Yeah, it's a
stopping
wish list.
smoking. I will not go for McDonald's. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to bike. All that kind of stuff. You do it one time and ouch, ouch, my body. You overdid it, and then you're shutting down, and then you stop.
Oh yeah, seriously. So
That's
New
the
Year
difficult.
resolutions are not a part of what you should do. So what should we do then if we shouldn't have New Year
I think
resolutions?
I know that parking the noise. If we're looking at legendary people, it's parking the noise because you can't do both. You need to find out where you're good at, what you're good at. You need to find your passion. And the moment you find your passion and you start moving, and maybe you got an idea, and then up pops the ants and are blocking you from doing that because you have your comfort zone. And
Okay.
then you start making limitations and so on and so on. So it may never come true. You make excuses or you start blaming. Oh, this was the instructor in the fitness center. He really pushed me to do this. Oh, ooh, ouch. And I'm not going there anymore. This is also life. It's not just about the body. It's really life. And you have this amazing idea. You don't know what to do about it. You may not be free to ask other people, but because you fear they want to steal your idea
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So here you need help. Like asking for help at your I'm what you do I can't do, or I don't have the time to do that. So that's where I'm investing in you, and you're doing the stuff for me.
Right. Yeah.
So my passion is, I don't know what your passion is. I know my passion. I know your passion because we've been communicating. I know you're good at what you're doing. I know I'm good at what I'm doing. And my
Yes.
passion is unlocking potential in people. My passion is to help people to find their passion.
Right.
And
Yes.
again, how do we do that? It could be sitting down with a piece of paper and say, what is it I'm good at? What is it I'm really good at? Where am I in the flow? What do I want? And then lying down 10, 15, 20 things on a piece of paper, making
So
a
Fleming,
short.
how can we have the test for passion, the test for finding our passion? You
We
said
have
that
it.
there is a test.
Yeah, we have the passion test. Discover your passion, where we're focusing on what's blocking you, the ants, and going deep in that area. And then we're focusing on sitting down. It's 2 hours, and it's totally for free. And it will be physical. And here we're just sitting down and starting reflecting. The single individual is starting reflecting, filling out a list of what is it I I I, I really want to do. Am I happy with the life I have? Are there unsatisfaction in my life? Can I be grateful for everything what's going on in my life? Or is
Yeah.
there something missing? For me, when I died, I found that there is more. I was just running the hamster wheel every single day, running, not very happy. Absolutely, planning is the best way, Faisal. You're
It is.
absolutely right. That's why we have, on top of the passion, which is for free, we have goal mapping.
Yeah.
And that's another system which is used by Coca-Cola, a lot of large organizations all over the world, used by millions of people, how to map, how to do goal mapping, how to find your goals, how to find your why. Now we are talking talking about why. What is his name?
The purpose.
He, he's been writing a book about why. I can't remember his name, but he's very
Even I cannot remember at this time.
Simon Sinek.
Okay.
Yes, but I would say it may not be why. It may be what if. It may be where to. Can you follow that?
Okay.
If I'm saying why does this happen to me? What is
Okay.
going on? I'm not in a grateful gratitude position. If I'm saying where to, okay, I tried this, I didn't succeed. Good. Where to? What if? That's a totally different approach. Can you follow? In my opinion,
Yeah.
I don't know if you
Yeah.
can follow
Yeah.
what I'm saying, because then you still have the positive impact. Okay, fine. I learned in my first approach. I
Right.
didn't fail. I learned. That's another part. I'm not using the negative words. If I failed, I'm a fiasco. If I learned, I am just here to improve. So
Yes.
I may,
So we would want to have you, Fleming, and we would want to have help from you.
yes,
My plan is that we are going to have a workshop on 16th of January, where
yeah,
I'm inviting everybody to join us. It's an open for registration workshop. We will have some 20 slots, and we want those 20 individuals to join us there because you want to discover your passion. You want to understand how you can improve the way you live, how you can perform or outperform yourself, how you
yes.
can find that you are the best competition for yourself, and how you are going to beat you and become even a better version of yourself. So this
How
is what we are going to do with Fleming on 16th January. It's not an online workshop, it's a real life workshop, and you will find all the details on yesgulf.com.
you become your own best fan, because you need to have the energy with you too. It's not just finding your passion and finding, for me, finding my passion, unlocking potential. I've been working with that for 10 years and I'm growing every single day.
Right.
When I started,
So,
I had an idea. Today, I've been writing a book of 600 pages about social intelligence, emotional intelligence, mental intelligence, spiritual intelligence. And all what we do is scientifically backed up. There's science and proof behind all what we do. So I didn't have that when I started. But the part is that I couldn't give the answer. People ask, why are you always positive? Why, how did you get out of
what
that
to
big
do, yeah.
hole? I
I
couldn't
have
give
a
the answer.
question.
Yes,
When you started 10 years ago, did you
yeah,
have a very clear sense of direction?
no.
So it evolved with time, like it evolved as you moved on in your journey.
Absolutely. It evolved every single day because I was curious. It evolved
Okay.
because every single day I'm approaching something I don't know anything about. I just Google it. Or I found a book. I start reading. I found the book The Difference Maker by John Maxwell. I didn't understand it, so I needed to travel and start practicing. And that's the secret. When we start practicing, when we start
Right.
doing,
Is
eh,
when
eh,
the difference starts happening.
that's where the difference starts happening. Our whole life, or most of 10 years, 15 years of our life, we've been going to school. They taught us what to think and rewarded us for what we know. That's memorizing the past. You want to stand out of the crowd. You want to make legendary. Is that right? You
Yes,
want to do a start up. You want, then you need to step out. Then you need to be disruptive. And it follows by
exactly.
being disruptive, you're not a follower. So you need to be innovative. You need to be creative.
Yes.
And being creative and innovative is start doing. And that's
Of course,
another thing because school has
without,
taught us,
yeah,
yep,
like without doing and without actions, you cannot be anywhere. Like you were saying, that practicing is the key. Of course,
Yes,
when you will not step, like when you will not start walking, you will not reach anywhere. You will stand where you are. So
yes, and
actions make a big difference.
absolutely. And the part is here that when we are 22, or when I was 22, 23 years old, I wanted to work in a bank. But it was not my dream.
Okay.
It was my
It was for
mother's
your
dream.
parents. Yeah. See.
So I started working in a bank. I bought a house. I got a family. I got some children. Oops, oops. Now I was stuck. I had a lot of obligations. And the security of the paycheck, which is no other than false security because you can get fired, which I was in the age of 45. But was I living a fake life? Was I true to myself? Did I
No.
compromise my dream
For somebody
I,
else's dream.
for somebody else's dream?
Yeah.
I think I did, but I was not even aware of that. I was just aware of that there was something I was missing, but I couldn't say what it was. It was not satisfying for me to go to work every single day. There was something missing. And the part here is that I think most of us has something missing. What about you? You started. What about people here? Are you missing something in life? Yeah,
This
that's the other
question
part now.
from Nomad,
Yes,
yeah, it's like he's saying that if you are controlled by your environment and the
yes,
external factors that exist outside of you, how can you make your life better and think about passion?
yes. How can
This
you
is what
do
he's
that?
saying.
But
Yeah.
absolutely, and absolutely, this was the position I was in. I was in that position. I was controlled by life, and I was not proactive. I was just reacting to life. I had my financial burden. I had my car. I had my house. I had my kids. I had my wife I needed to support. And by having that, I am controlled. So if we can say, other thing is, will people laugh at me? Will people criticize me? What will other people think if I just stepped out and resigned from my job and said, now I want to do my own business? Are you insane? You're giving away a paycheck every single month. And and those people are actually just the people who resigned from their dream and sitting in the chair and never got out of it again. They are so envious if you're going to do this. So of course you'll meet a lot of critical people. Of course you will meet a lot of people telling you this is totally stupid because they wanted to do that, but they didn't have the courage. And if you do that, it will prove that they didn't have the courage. Can you follow?
Yes, so the
So,
courage, so courage is the key word here.
yes, but I would say, what if you make a calculated risk? You take some action, go into the flow, to build your business, to get the dream job you want, a calculated risk. Because what we have been working on is find your passion, goal mapping. How are you going to realize your dream? How are you going to realize or release your passion? What is the obstacles inside of you and outside of you? That's self-mapping. What is all your ants? Where is it that you start making excuses? Where is it that you make blame? Where is it? What is your subconscious mind telling you all the time? That's the inner critical voice. As I
Yeah.
said, we have 38,000 decisions. We have 95 38,000, 12,000 to 16,000 thoughts, 95 repeated and 80% negative. So what is it inside of you? What is it outside of you? Where is it you can engage with people? We have four behavioral styles. We'll also focus on that. And the last
Yeah.
part is budgeting.
Okay.
financial freedom, where we're
Yeah.
focusing on your finances. How can you save to realize to make your dream come true? Do you need to save? Do you need to have money put aside? I met people who got 60,000 dirham as an income, and in the middle of the month, they didn't have
They
more
have
money.
nothing. Yeah, they have no money.
Yes, because they didn't know how to budget.
Exactly.
So
So this
here
is
we
a
sit
skill
here.
that everybody needs.
Absolutely, the budget skill is so much needed because my car insurance is coming once a year. I got Christmas once a year. I got other expenses once a year. But if I'm putting aside every month savings for these, you can say, expenses, when they arrive, I can just pay them. But if I'm not
Yes.
saving,
Yeah.
if and so on, you see, you have an income and you have expenses, which is not monthly, or you have monthly expenses. You have a spending habit. Oh, how often do you go for a coffee at Starbucks and a donut? If you go that for that every morning, you use 50
You will
dirham.
run out of money.
Yeah, you use 50 dirham, and every morning, 365 days a year, that is 18,000.
So make your own coffee.
So make your own coffee that has a cost of 2 dirham and go buy a
Yeah.
donut or take a piece of bread. No,
Yeah.
I need, every morning I'm going down for my beach. I see the same people sitting there every morning drinking the same cup of coffee. Not the same. Hopefully it's a new one. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I hope they're trying different flavors.
But that is 18,000 yearly.
Yeah.
So how are you spending your money? What is your spending habits?
Yeah.
If you focus on that and you start tracking those, you realize that you may have a lot more money than you thought you had.
This brings us here.
Yes.
Conscious quality thinking. What are we consciously thinking of? How our conscious thinking is helping us in planning. I'm sorry, I'm not feeling well. So Fleming, tell us what is conscious quality thinking and why should we do it?
What is conscious quality thinking? Can you imagine that you have your neocortex, which is your mental IQ,
Yeah.
and that works with 2,000 bits per second?
Yeah.
Good. That's very slow because your subconscious is working with 400 billion bits per second.
Okay.
But your subconscious is a stimuli response brain. It's a stimuli response. There's no intelligence here. Your consciousness can accept, reject, neglect, and create. This is here where we are putting conscious focus on. But
Yeah.
putting conscious focusing on, it's not sitting where you're sitting and there is a lot of noise. It's putting yourself aside and 5 to 10 minutes, half an hour in the morning and plan your day. Noise is coming all the time, and often, like going on the highway, we missed where we needed to go because we were sitting thinking about a lot of things, but we were actually driving the car, which we can do automatic pilot. So when you see something for the first time, which we did in the age of 0 to 7, we had unconscious incompetence. I want to drive the car, or I want to do this, but I never done it before, but it looks easy. Then we start doing it and we get conscious incompetence, like sitting in the car, steering wheel, a gear shift, automatic, lights, blah, 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 a lot of things. And we look out of the windows, wow, there's cars everywhere. Ooh, what am I going to do? But luckily, we have a trainer with us, and he's telling us what to do. And if we fail, he uses the brakes, he uses the speeder. So when we have, for me, 20 hours, I don't know how long time for you, then it becomes conscious competence. And today is automatic pilot, unconscious competence. It's just something I do. And most of what we do, 95% every single day, we just stimuli respond. So we are not paying attention to life. In the moment we start paying attention, in the moment I meet you
Yeah.
and you tell me about what you can do for me, I need to pay attention. I'm not going to say, yes, of course. If I don't pay, what is it actually you can do for me? Why should I engage with you? Why should I outsource that part of my business? You need to tell me why. And if I like that, I made a conscious decision of signing a contract and we move forward together.
Yes.
I'm not just going in and machine, okay, fine, signing, signing, signing. Now I have an expense. I'm actually not knowing what you're doing for me. I need to pay attention to what you're doing for me. I also need to follow and track you. And that's why we're talking budgeting. That's the same with my money goes into the account. I got a card. And 15 in the month, all my money is
Yes.
gone because I didn't pay attention to what I was doing.
Exactly. So it has to be conscious.
It has to be conscious, like doing a when we're budgeting is paying conscious attention to my spending habits. What is it I really want? Why am I doing a budget? Do I have a purpose?
Of
Are there
course,
a
budget
purpose
has a purpose.
behind? Why
Yes.
am I doing my business? Why are you doing your business? What do you want? Is it just waking up every morning, boop, the alarm clock, go for work or go for my business and not paying attention to, not being aware of?
Yeah.
But if I
No.
do this in the morning, 30 minutes, half an hour, yeah,
I think, Fleming, I think majority of us have conscious quality thinking, especially
yes.
people who have a purpose, like people who are aware of themselves, people who know what they're doing and what they're planning to achieve in life. They're conscious and they are into conscious quality thinking.
You can say that, but I don't think so. I think that it's proven scientifically that people will say, of course, I can just sit down doing conscious. Good. Here I'm sitting in front of my computer and poof, I got a great idea.
Okay.
And then the door knocks, or the telephone rings, or blip, blip, Facebook like. And then then I'm responding. It's automatic.
It's automatic.
And
Yeah,
then I
most
go
of us
back.
is.
Where's my idea? Poof, it's gone. I didn't write it down. I didn't. It's it's a super great idea,
Yeah.
but it just vanished because I got interrupted. Have you ever tried that? There was
It
something you
happens.
thought,
Yeah.
and
We have
then you got
to.
disturbed.
You're right.
So,
We need to quickly nail that down. Otherwise, like ideas popping in could be something conditional and it could disappear quickly. So you need to nail it down.
yeah,
You need to write it, confide it to somebody, so tell someone so that they can take care of it for you before you
or
are
you,
distracted by your phone or your alarm clock or your
the
doorbell or
part is
whatever.
when you're in
But
the flow. Yeah,
yeah,
please.
what I'm telling you is that you're right about being in a flow, and when the flow is disrupted, we might get uh, we might get distracted, or we might lose the thread that we were weaving. But conscious quality thinking is not something that happens all of our waking hours. It happens more intentionally when
Conscious
we need
quality.
it. What do you say? When we need it, when we really need to sit down and do it.
When we are actually giving ourselves the time to say, do I reject this? Do I
Yeah.
accept this? Do am I creative? And am I accepting? And so on. When we do that consciously, we need to step out of our subconscious and think about it. We need to
Yeah.
reflect on it. We need to make a conscious decision. And that's not happening. because we are just responding. We're
Right.
not consciously evaluating. And why are we not doing that? Because you can say school taught us convergent thinking. Every time a great idea pops up, we're judging it immediately. We're criticizing it immediately. We are evaluating it immediately and rejecting it. We're not sitting down and saying, okay, I want to find my passion. Then I make a sample of 20, 50, 100 things I could want to do. And then I start evaluating by the first one at the top and saying, okay, fine, the first and the second. What do I prefer both of the first and the second? Oh, I prefer one. Okay, then I take one and three. What do I prefer of one and three? I'm preferring number three. Then I'm rejecting number one. And then I'm going through all the 100 listed things and find exactly, because I'm comparing all the time. Can you follow what I'm doing?
Yeah.
I'm having
Yes.
a sample, I'm having divergent thinking, I'm letting my creativity play, and I'm making a list of 100 things I could want to do. I could want those things to be my passion, but I don't know which one is the most important. So I
Right.
need to prioritize. And we never do that because
Right.
we're brought up to constantly judge, to constantly reject,
Okay.
criticize. So I can say, how many times do you say no a day? And are there consciousness behind your no? If you're going with your child to the supermarket and he's asking, you may not even look at what he's asking for. You just say no. Is that right or wrong?
My kid will never take no like that.
No, but we
You're
are actually
right.
not.
Most of the times we are denying kids for things that they want, and we are hardly conscious of what we're doing.
And the same as a leader with a team. If one of the team members come and say, you know what, I think that I found a new way to do this a lot more smart, a lot easier. No,
Yeah.
you need to follow. We've always done this. We've done this for 20 years. Go away. Or what? We're not even aware of why we're saying no. In Amazon, if you say no, you need to make a report of 2 pages.
Yeah.
If you say yes, it'll just go. But if you say no, you have the responsibility as the person saying no of doing a well argumented no. And that needs to fill out 2 pages. But are we aware of when we are saying no? Are we aware of when we are rejecting? No, we're busy. We don't have the time to sit down and get involved. Sorry, but
That's how it is sometimes. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for today, Fleming, for sharing wonderful knowledge. And thank you, everybody, for listening to us and also contributing with your ideas and thoughts. We are very happy to have you here today. We would like you to join us on 16th January for our workshop. As I have already discussed with Fleming during the show, that we are going to have a workshop featuring the passion test and the need to find your passion. We will help you discover your passion during the workshop, and we look forward to seeing you there. All details are available on yesgirls.com. You can visit the website for more.
yes, and just finding your passion is not moving you forward. So you need to goal map, you need to self map, and you need to do a
Okay.
budget. So you can take a financial calculated risk or a calculated risk of what is your passion and how does it become reality? Because we have
Exactly.
so many
Yeah.
intentions every single day, but we have just intentions and never becomes true.
Right. Right. Okay. All right. We look forward to seeing you on 16th
Yes.
January again. And what are we going to discuss next week on Tuesday?
We can go into I think this subject is great.
Financial?
We can go financial. We can go goal mapping. How do I now? I found my
Okay.
passion. Now I want to make it reality. What do I need to
Hmm.
focus on?
Okay.
Outward, outward. Then we
Outward.
can go for
Yeah.
the next one, which is inward, which is all your ants, automated negative
Hmm.
thoughts, all that kind of stuff which is blocking you. And then
Hmm.
we can go for the finances. But what we are offering you here is a calculated risk of letting your dream come true. But if you don't know your dream, you just know that something is missing, or you don't know your passion, you just know that something is missing, you'll
Hmm.
never realize, you'll never make it
Yeah.
reality.
Yeah. It will be very ordinary
Yeah, you just
life
go and
experience.
unfulfilled, without balance,
Yeah.
without any kind of strategy, without
Hmm.
fulfillment, without balance.
Hmm. Hmm. Yes, I agree with you. Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much for being with me today, Fleming. And I will see you next week, inshallah, for the next episode. And then on 16th of January for the workshop. Take care,
Yes,
everybody. Stay well.
they will.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.